So we are back in Mink's kitchen. So Amber didn't know that beef and chicken and stuff were from the actual animals. So she said, "Mommy, I don't want to eat animals anymore." So I had to experiment. I saw this. I don't know anybody who's ever had it to tell me how it tasted, but I saw it and it looked pretty good. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. Can you guess what I'm making? So first I season the flour, and then I season the cauliflower, and then I put it in the egg batter, and then dipped it back in the flour, and put it in maybe 1/4 cup of hot oil, shallow. I didn't want to deep fry it. So I'm making fried cauliflower. And let me tell you something. Wow. Okay, you're going to see the finished results. But look at that. See, this in shallow oil. It's not covered in oil. I didn't want to deep fry it because I didn't know if the cauliflower would absorb the oil, and I didn't want it to be oily and greasy. So it's in shallow oil, like about 1/4 cup, or maybe less than that. Look at that. Doesn't that look like a piece of chicken? Look at that. And it cooked about maybe 4 minutes or so until it got this nice golden brown crisp to it, right? So I turned it after about 4 minutes and let it cook 4 minutes on each side. So that's what I'm going to eat with the cauliflower. So I decided to make my chunky, cheesy potatoes, and I used white cheddar. And I cut up some scallions with it so that, it would have a little heat to the scallions. I didn't want the scallions to be raw, but I wanted to have a little heat, so I added it to the potatoes while they were still hot. And I have some helpers that's about to join me in a few. So
Wash your hands.
added my butter,
What you doing?
unsalted butter.
Okay, stay right there. You can't stand by the stove, all right?
And there's the white cheddar.
I can see.
You gotta back up.
I wanted to keep the color consistent. I didn't want to use yellow to change the color. I wanted to keep it
You
all
are
white.
backing up? Okay, you can't stand close to the stove. Okay?
No, how?
And then I didn't want to mash the potatoes, so I just diced it up the smaller pieces. And it's a non-stick. It's not a non-stick pot, so the knife isn't scratching the pot. And I added my seasonings, some garlic powder, pink salt, some black pepper. And now I am making my veggies. You gotta have the veggies. So I still had some Brussels sprouts, Can't let your veggies spoil and go bad. So I had to use up the Brussels sprouts. And I threw some cabbage and carrots and onions and garlic. Just threw it all in there together because I don't like to cook my veggies down too much. I don't like it to get soggy. And throw some spinach in there. Of course, you got to season it. Garlic powder, green seasoning is really good. I like the green seasoning. And some turmeric, parsley, black pepper. Now, when you add turmeric to anything, you have to add black pepper to activate the turmeric. I forgot what the process is called, but if you're using turmeric, you have to put a little pinch of black pepper on the top of it. An all-purpose seasoning, just like meat. You season your meat to make it taste good. You season your veggies too. If you didn't put any seasonings, which are just plants and herbs and spices on your meat, it would be nasty, wouldn't have any taste. So all the flavor comes from plants, herbs, and spices. So this is what makes a lot of the vegan dishes delicious, because you're putting plants, herbs, and spices on your vegetables as you would season your meat, just the same. And I fell in love with vegan food at the Blueberry Vegan Cafe at 547 Central Avenue in East Orange. Or Newark, I'm sorry, Newark. Central Avenue, Newark. Shino has her vegan spot, and I fell in love with vegan food then. It's like, oh, I didn't know vegan food could have so much flavor. It's all in the seasoning. All in the seasoning. So we're just putting the plants and herbs and spices on more plants to make it taste really good. So there you go. There's the end result. And I had my neighbor try it, and she loved it. And the funny thing is, I made a few pieces of fried chicken as backup in case Amber didn't like it. And I tasted the chicken, and I didn't want to chew the chicken. I spit it out. I loved how the cauliflower just melted in my mouth. It's absolutely delicious. You guys should try it. Thanks for watching.